if you remember this Prevost when it came in, we did so much work on this bus. It's been here for a few months. If you remember, this is the one that had those really rusty brake rotors on it. The rustiest brakes I've ever seen. They were sticking, and so we had to replace the whole caliper, rotor, all that whole assembly. This was just some of the rust that came off of that one brake when we were just taking it off. It was just so, I couldn't believe how rusty it was. This thing came out of Salt Lake City, Utah, so they use salt on the roads there, but there it is afterwards. So big difference. But this bus just doesn't want to leave. We ended up doing so much work on it here, and we're getting ready to leave, send it out of here, and this is what happened on the day before it's supposed to leave. So the first thing, the batteries were dead. This thing has a parasitic draw. Even though you have the batteries in the off position, it still drains the batteries down after a few days. So we put the charger on it.
All I have to do is turn the switch.
Yeah, don't leave the key in there because the thing will lock. You turn it a little bit, you wait until the lights go out, and then you turn it the rest of the way to start it.
Oh, I just think it started from up here.
We fixed it.
Oh. Ready?
Yeah. Yeah, this bus was getting ready to leave. We were just moving it around. All of a sudden, we noticed a really bad oil leak coming from it. And then we reached and touched the oil line that looked like it was leaking from, and it started leaking really bad. So this was leaking between here. It doesn't look like it's cracked or anything. It was definitely leaking. So we went and had a new hose made. All right, we got the oil leak all fixed up, and this bus is ready to head home. I just cleaned his windshield and his mirrors for him. They were a little dirty. Well, he came back about a half hour later. His brake lights are stuck on the whole time. So now we gotta look into that. All right, so we're looking at the stop lamp brake switches here, which we just changed this in the video yesterday on the truck. So there's a little air pressure switch. When you step on the brake pedal, there's a little diaphragm that pushes out and then it completes a circuit inside. There's two of them on here. One of them I think is for the cruise control and one of them is for the brake lamp switch. They're both hot all the time. We disconnected the one wire on one and then that made the bottom one, when your foot was not on the brake, one side was hot, one side was not. When you stepped on the brake, both sides got hot like it's supposed to, completing the circuit. The other one is just always hot no matter what you do. So we took it out, replaced it, put a new switch in there. Luckily we had the switch because we were just working on the truck. So we already had one in stock, so it just took us a few minutes and we were able to put a new switch in and get him back on the road. Hit it hard. You're fine. You're good. I'll give you a thumbs up when you let off the brakes, so look at me in your mirror. Boy, that bus just did not want to leave. First the oil leak, and then the brake light switch being stuck on. Our buddy Brandon at Cardinal Court, he gave us some advice while we were working on the bus to help us track down some issues. Lots of things with this bus. We don't work on these H3s very much. But one of his things was never watch the bus leave because there's a good chance you'll see something wrong. You got to work on it some more. This video is sponsored by Barn Owl. We have these cellular cameras. They're like trail cams, and it sends us notifications to our cell phone. And it does it over the cellular network versus having an internet network. So they sent us these cameras out with solar panels. We installed them all over the property. They're pretty discreet. You don't really notice them so much, but they mount on trees or wherever you want to put them. And you can put a solar panel around the backside so that they're always charged up. And then whenever somebody comes on the property in front of the camera, it's basically a trail cam, just done over the cellular network. And it sends you the thing. It's not quite real time. It takes about a 30-second delay, but that's still very, very quick. There's a smart AI in there as well. So when it does detect something, it sends it to you. It identifies if it's an animal or if it's a person or a vehicle. It's smart enough to know all that. So again, they're pretty discreet. They're all over the place. It's just extra security cameras where you don't have to have Wi-Fi connection as long as you have the cellular network. So it captures, like I said, the wildlife at night. When there's people coming and going, like even us on the golf cart, it identifies as a person next to it, two people on the golf cart and a vehicle in the background there. So it knows, it's very smart. The AI is very smart. It gets all the vehicles coming and going at the far remote ends of the property. We've got it over the security area where we have all of our vehicles stored and stuff too. So it's a very nice feature to have if you have remote land or something that you want to be able to monitor. As long as there's cellular activity out there, then you can do that. So thanks again to Barn Owl for sponsoring this video. Well, that's all for this video. We will have a video coming up of us using the dozer to pull a bus. That'll be pretty exciting to see.